Right now, someone is secretly controlling your thoughts. The coffee you drank this morning, the shirt you chose, even clicking on this video wasn't entirely your choice. I've spent years studying the psychology of influence, and what I found will change the way you see every interaction forever. Because once you see these 5 psychological tricks, you can't unsee them. You'll notice them everywhere, in your workplace, in your relationships, in your own thoughts. And the 5th one, it's being used on you right now by someone close to you, and you have no idea. By the end of this video, you'll never look at human interaction the same way again. So here's what we're going to do. Before we dive in, you need to understand something critical. Your brain makes around 35,000 decisions every single day. But here's the terrifying part. Harvard research shows that 95% of those decisions happen in your subconscious mind, which means you're not really in control. Your brain is running on autopilot, making choices based on patterns, shortcuts, and triggers. And people who understand these triggers, they own you. They decide what you buy, what you believe, who you trust, even what you want. Now, I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this to free you. Because awareness is the antidote. Once you recognize these 5 tricks, you become immune. You take back control. So let's start with the most common one, the one that was probably used on you in the last 24 hours. Picture this. You're at work. A coworker you barely know brings you coffee. Hey, saw you look tired, thought you could use this. Sweet, right? Fast forward 3 days. Same coworker asks you to cover their shift. And you say yes, even though you had plans. What just happened? You got hit with reciprocity, one of the most powerful influence weapons ever documented. Dr. Robert Cialdini, the godfather of persuasion psychology, calls this the rule of reciprocity. Here's how it works. When someone gives you something, anything, your brain creates a psychological debt. Your subconscious demands you pay it back. And here's the genius part. The return favor is almost always bigger than the original gift. They give you a $3 coffee, you cover a 6-hour shift worth $100. Restaurants know this. That's why they give you free bread. You feel obligated to tip more. Salespeople know this. Free samples? That's not generosity. That's strategy. Even online, ever notice how content creators give you free value before asking you to subscribe or buy a course? That's weaponized reciprocity. Now, before you think you're immune, ask yourself, who gave you something recently? What did you do in return? Did you even realize you were being influenced? But reciprocity is just the surface level. Trick number 2 doesn't even require human contact. It works on you in total silence. Let me tell you a story. Last month, I was walking through a busy street. 2 restaurants, side by side. One was empty, the other had a line out the door. Guess which one I joined? The line. Without thinking, without checking reviews, without knowing anything about the food. I just followed the crowd. That's social proof, and it's controlling your life. Your brain has a built-in shortcut. If everyone else is doing it, it must be right. From an evolutionary standpoint, this kept us alive. If everyone in your tribe is running from a predator, you don't stop to analyze, you run. But in modern society, this shortcut is being exploited. Marketing companies spend millions engineering social proof. Over 10 million sold, rated 5 stars by 50,000 customers, joined 2 million users worldwide. Your brain sees these numbers and shuts off critical thinking. And it's not just marketing. Social media, that's social proof on steroids. You see a post with 100,000 likes, you automatically assume it's valuable. You see an influencer with 5 million followers, you trust them, even if they're selling garbage. Here's the scary part. A study from Columbia University found that social proof can make you believe false information. They showed people obviously wrong answers, but told them 80% of participants chose this. Result? People ignored their own eyes and chose the wrong answer. Because the crowd must know better. Think about that. How many of your opinions, your purchases, your beliefs came from what you actually think, and how many came from what everyone else thinks? But trick 3 is even more insidious.
because it happens before you even start thinking. Imagine you're shopping for a laptop. First one you see, $2,000. Too expensive, you think. Then you see another one, $800. Suddenly it feels like a steal. But here's the truth, that laptop is still overpriced. You just don't care anymore because of anchoring. Your brain grabs the first number it sees and uses it as a reference point for everything else. That $2,000 laptop, that was planted there on purpose. It's called a decoy price, and it exists to make everything else look reasonable. This is why luxury brands exist. Gucci puts a $5,000 bag in the window so you feel good buying the $800 wallet. Real estate agents show you a terrible house first, overpriced, falling apart. Then they show you the house they actually want to sell, and it feels like a dream by comparison. Car salesman, same game. This model is $60,000, but we have this one at $40,000 today only. You think you won, but you just got anchored. Even in negotiations, if someone asks you for a salary and they say $150,000, even if you plan to offer $100,000, you'll now offer $120,000 because that first number moved your brain. Here's how you protect yourself. Always do your research before you see any prices. Know the market value, know what things are worth. Because once that first number enters your brain, it's too late. You're already anchored. But trick 4, this one's invisible, yet it controls how you feel about everything. 2 doctors, same surgery, same patient. Doctor 1 says this surgery has a 90% survival rate. Doctor 2 says 10% of patients die from this surgery. Same statistic, different framing. Which one would make you feel better? That's framing, and it's why you believe what you believe. The way information is presented changes how your brain processes it. Politicians, masters of framing. We're investing in national security versus we're increasing military spending. Same action, different feeling. Advertisers, same thing. 80% lean beef versus 20% fat. Exact same product. One sounds healthy, one sounds gross. Media outlets, they live and breathe framing. A protest can be called a peaceful demonstration, a violent riot, civil unrest. Each one changes how you feel about it. Here's the dark part. A Princeton study found that framing can change your opinion, even when you know the facts. They told people about a controversial law, but framed it 2 ways. Frame 1, this law protects free speech. Frame 2, this law allows hate speech. People supported it in frame 1 and opposed it in frame 2. Same law. Now think about this. How many of your opinions were shaped by how the information was framed? What if you heard it differently? Would you still believe the same thing? This is why you need to consume information from multiple sources, because whoever controls the frame controls your mind. But the final trick, this is the one that hits closest to home, because it's not being done by strangers or corporations, it's being done by people you trust. Let me paint a picture. You're exhausted. You've worked 12-hour days all week. Your friend calls. Hey, I know you're busy, but I really need help moving this weekend. You're the only person I trust. You don't want to go. You're burned out. You had plans. But you say yes. Why? Emotional manipulation. They use 3 weapons. 1, flattery. You're the only person I trust. 2, guilt. Implied you'd be a bad friend if you refused. 3, obligation. Made it seem like you owe them. And the worst part, they might not even realize they're doing it. Because emotional manipulation isn't always intentional. Sometimes it's learned behavior. Sometimes it's desperation. But the result is the same. You do things you don't want to do. Here's how to spot it. Do you feel guilty for setting boundaries? Do people compliment you right before asking for something? Do you feel like you're walking on eggshells around certain people? Do they use phrases like, after everything I've done for you? That's manipulation. And it's everywhere. Parents do it to kids, partners do it to each other, friends do it without thinking. Even you might be doing it to someone else right now. Here's the truth. Healthy relationships don't require manipulation. If someone respects you, they'll accept no without guilt-tripping you. They'll ask for help without weaponizing your emotions. And if they can't, that's not love, that's control. So here's your homework. Think about your closest relationships. Who makes you feel guilty? Who uses your emotions against you? And then decide if that's someone you want in your life. So let's recap. Trick number 1, reciprocity. They give you something small, you feel obligated to give back something big. Trick number 2, social proof. You follow the crowd even when the crowd is wrong. Trick number 3, anchoring. The first number you see controls every decision after. Trick number 4, framing. How information is presented changes how you feel about it. Trick number 5, emotional manipulation. People use guilt, flattery, and obligation to control your choices. Now you know, and knowing is power. Because once you see these tricks, you can't be fooled anymore. You'll notice them in conversations, in ads, in your own thoughts, and you'll finally take back control. But here's the thing. These 5 tricks, they're just the beginning. There are 27 more psychological weapons I haven't told you about yet. Techniques used by intelligence agencies, master negotiators,